Good afternoon, let me introduce myself. My name is Devi Nur Fejer with NPM 23,411,165. Management Class 23C. Here I will explain the material about Introduction to Liquidity Risk Management. Introduction to Liquidity Risk Management. A. Definition of liquidity risk. Liquidity risk refers to the possibility that an entity may not be able to meet its financial obligations as they come due, without incurring significant losses. Magnifying glass definitions by experts. Bank for International Settlements. This, liquidity risk is the risk that a financial institution will not be able to meet its obligations as they fall due. Hull, 2015. Risk arising from the difficulty of selling an asset quickly without significantly affecting its price. B. Types of liquidity risk. Funding liquidity risk. The inability to obtain cash to meet short-term obligations. Example: failure to pay due debts or employee salaries. Market liquidity risk. The inability to sell assets quickly without large discounts due to an illiquid market. Example: being unable to sell securities during a market panic. C. Causes of liquidity risk. Internal factors, external factors. Poor cash management, global financial crisis. Heavy reliance on short-term debt, declining market confidence. Mismatched funding structure, interest rate volatility. IT system failure, sudden regulatory changes. D. Impacts of liquidity risk. Payment default, loss of investor confidence, credit rating downgrade, regulatory penalties or sanctions, bankruptcy or government intervention. E. Importance of liquidity risk management. Ensures operational stability, protects corporate reputation, avoids internal financial crises, complies with regulations, e.g., OJK, by Basel Committee. F. Approaches and tools in liquidity risk management. 1. Liquidity gap analysis. Measures the gap between liquid assets and liabilities across different time horizons. Useful to identify potential funding shortfalls. 2. Cash flow forecasting. Projects future cash inflows and outflows to prepare for debt payments and asset purchases. 3. Stress testing and scenario analysis. Simulates extreme scenarios, e.g., mass withdrawals. Evaluates liquidity resilience during financial shocks. 4. Liquidity coverage ratio, LCR. Indicates the extent to which high-quality liquid assets, HQLA, cover net cash outflows over 30 days. Formula: LCR equals high-quality liquid assets, HQLA, total net cash outflows over 30 days, is greater than or equal to 100%. LCR equals total net cash outflows over 30 days. High-quality liquid assets, HQLA, is greater than or equal to 100%. 5. Net stable funding ratio, NSFR, evaluates the long-term sustainability of the funding structure. Must be is greater than or equal to 100% as per Basel III standards. 6. Early warning indicators, EWI, tracks early signs of liquidity strain, e.g., declining cash reserves, reduced lending volumes. G. Liquidity management strategies. Establishing a liquidity contingency plan, LCP. Maintaining adequate cash buffers. Diversifying funding sources, bank loans, bond issuance, internal capital. Regular monitoring and reporting. Implementing asset and liability management, H. Case studies. 1. Bank Century, Indonesia, experienced liquidity crisis due to massive withdrawals and poor risk management. Government had to provide a large bailout to prevent collapse. 2. Lehman Brothers, 2008, could not secure short-term funding or liquidate toxic assets. Its collapse triggered the global financial crisis. I. Key regulations, global and local, international. Basel III framework, LCR and NSFR liquidity standards. BCBS 238, Principles for Sound Liquidity Risk Management and Supervision. Indonesia, POJK number 11, POK.03, 2021 on Risk Management. SEOJK regarding liquidity ratios for commercial banks. J. Challenges in liquidity risk management. Market uncertainty, sudden regulatory changes, limited real-time financial data, over-reliance on external funding. K. Conclusion. Liquidity risk management is a critical component of modern financial management, especially in today's volatile and interconnected markets. Through proper planning, continuous monitoring, and regulatory compliance, liquidity risk can be minimized to ensure business continuity and investor confidence.